So also, as you know, there's been a lot going on the last few days with the board. And Mr. Brand addressed that the timeline of asking for the BOCS Resolution 16-860 to be added to our agenda. I want to note that Mr. Brand asked twice, and I wrote in his support after the December 6th Board of County Supervisors vote. Mr. Wilk also requested, and Dr. Waltz also requested, that this item be placed in the agenda. The chairman would not allow it. Because of the chairman's refusal to allow this resolution to be heard by the school board, Mr. Brand and I felt, as we had no option but to call for special meeting, as Mr. Brand said. December 30th, 2016, at 10:37 a.m., Mr. Brand and I released by email a call for a special meeting. The email was sent to Ms. Urban, the board clerk, Dr. Waltz, our superintendent, Chairman at Large Ryan Sawyers, Mr. Iman, Associate Superintendent for Communications Technology, Ms. Mary McGowan, the Division Counsel, and copied to Mr. Phil Kavitz, Director of Communications, Mr. Brand, of course, who is sending it with me, and Ms. Simpson, our Deputy Clerk. Legalities for the call. Virginia Code Section 22.1-72 for annual organization meetings, the school board states a school board may also hold special meetings when necessary. Each school board shall fix its own procedure for calling and holding any special meetings. Prince William County Schools School Board Policy 131, regular, special, and closed meetings, Section 2, special meetings, states special meetings of the Prince William County School Board may be held by decision of the Prince William County School Board in session, comma, as someone stated earlier, upon the call of the chairman, comma, or by request of 2 or more members of the Prince William County School Board, as Mr. Brand and I requested. It does not state anywhere that you have to ask the chairman or that you have to ask the clerk or you have to request permission. It just states may be held by decision of those 2 other sections or by request of 2 or more members of the Prince William County School Board. It goes on to say only business specifically called for in the announcement of the special meeting shall be conducted unless otherwise agreed to by a unanimous affirmative vote of all Prince William County School Board members present. The announcement of the special meeting shall describe the specific details of the subject matter to be discussed or acted upon. The clerk of the board shall notify all Prince William County School Board members and shall keep appropriate memoranda of these contacts. The text of the email that was sent contained the call for the special meeting. The call was also attached, as was a courtesy copy of the press release that Mr. Brand and I were going to be sending out. In the email, I asked Ms. Urban and Mr. Iman, as required by FOIA, by state code, to please make sure that the public was made aware of the meeting when the school board members were notified. At 11:01 a.m., Mr. Kavitz sent out a confidential update to the board, and about the same time, a notice appeared on the division website. 11:11 a.m., the press release from Mr. Brand and I went out. We allowed time for the clerk to notify school board members and for PWCS to notify the public and to fulfill FOIA before we sent out the press release. We decided that that was only appropriate. We didn't want board members to hear about this through press releases or through other means. We wanted them to be able to hear it through appropriate channels. At 11 o'clock and then again at 11:14 a.m., Mr. Sawyer sent brief emails in response. I know it has been stated in news articles that he had found out about the special meeting from a press release. And I will state, there's no way he could have found out about the special meeting from a press release if he was first replying to our email at 11 o'clock a.m. after it was sent at 10:27. The press release did not go out from Mr. Brand and I until 11:11. At 11:17 a.m., I replied to Mr. Sawyers. Saturday, December 31st, 2016, at 1:29 p.m., Mr. Sawyer sent an email to me and copied Ms. Urban, Ms. Simpson, the superintendent's office, Mr. Iman, and Mr. Kavitz. He did not copy Ms. McGowan, our school board counsel. He stated in the email, the first paragraph, it was with substantial surprise that I read the PWCS press release yesterday purporting to announce a special meeting of the Prince William County or PWCS board on this upcoming Wednesday. Upon review, I find this to be out of order both procedurally and substantively, and I will not gavel the opening of any such meeting. He also spoke of his position's other administrative powers. In that email, he informed me, quote, please note that I have directed both the superintendent and clerk to coordinate and issue a new press release notifying the public that there will be no special meeting on Wednesday. He continued, quote, obviously, you are welcome to seek unanimous consent of the board on Wednesday to add to the agenda a request to vote for a special meeting, bearing in mind the requirements I identified in the preceding paragraphs. At 4:35 p.m., local media, Prince William Times, released a story stating that, quote, school board chair says no to special meeting on the 13th high school. The article leads with, quote, Prince William County School Board Chairman Ryan Sawyer said today there will not be a special meeting Wednesday to discuss the 13th high school because a quorum of the 8-member board will not participate. The chairman states in that article, quote, to issue a press release to say that we're going to have a special meeting without the knowledge of the chairman or vice chairman is absurd. As stated, the chairman received the original email sent out at 10:37 a.m. and first replied at 11 a.m. before the confidential update was sent out and before Mr. Brand and I sent out the press release. In light of those facts, to make such a statement to the press might be considered absurd. 4:44 p.m., I responded to the chairman's email by sending a letter to Ms. McGowan asking for a legal opinion. January 3rd, 2017, the school board received an opinion from school board counsel. After receiving that information, Mr. Brand and I let the public know that we felt comfortable that we were well within our legal rights to call and hold this special meeting. 4:16 p.m., Mr. Sawyers issued a board poll. Quote, should the Prince William County School Board enter into a special meeting as requested by Ms. Satterwhite and Mr. Brand? Policy 137 states that Policy 137 states that the superintendent and division councils shall be given prior notice of any poll to be conducted by the school board. This was not done. The chairman did not follow the recently updated Policy 137. Additionally, for a poll to be valid, it must have a formal vote following the poll. A formal vote could not occur tonight without unanimous consent of the school board to add it to the agenda, because the agenda had already been set in accordance with Policy 131. A vote at the January 18th meeting is useless, which would be our next meeting, as a special meeting tonight would have already occurred, making this poll completely invalid. This was another desperate attempt by the chairman to stop this resolution from being heard by the school board. Under Virginia Code Section 22.1-71, a school board constitutes body corporate and corporate powers. And these are constraints of a school board member's authority, and that includes the chairman. And it states that the duly appointed or elected members shall constitute the school board. Every such school board is declared a body corporate, and in its corporate capacity is vested with all the powers and charged with all the duties, obligations, and responsibilities imposed upon the school boards. And it goes on to say at the bottom of that paragraph, school board members appointed or elected by district or otherwise shall have no organization or duties except such as may be assigned to them by the school board or as a whole. Our Prince William County School Board Policy 113 on the authority of Prince William County School Board members states, Prince William County School Board members shall have legal authority only when acting as a board regularly in session, as we are now, or when empowered by the Prince William County School Board action to act as a committee. The Prince William County School Board shall not be bound by any statement or action of an individual Prince William County School Board member, except when such statement or action is under specific instructions or rules of the Prince William County School Board. And again, that's School Board Policy 113. So when the chairman stated in his email to me that he was asking for a press release to be issued saying, excuse me, I'm sorry, let me go back to the right place. I'll find the right place. In his email to me, he directed staff to cancel the special meeting and issue a press release to such effect. And Mr. Chairman, I would say you do not have the authority to direct staff to instruct the public that there will also not be a special meeting. This is in violation of Virginia Code and our own policies. Prince William County School Board Code of Ethics was voted on by this board on November 15th with a unanimous vote. Number 5 states, I understand that the board makes decisions as a team and acknowledge that individual board members may not commit the board to any action. I will not make public statements which may be perceived as an official statement of the school board unless directed to do so by majority vote of the school board. Mr. Chairman, you violated this when you stated to multiple media outlets that there would not be a special meeting. You had no authority to do this on behalf of the school board. You interfered with the public's right to know about a legal school board meeting and deliberately set out to confuse the public and try to stop this legally called meeting. Number 7 of the Prince William County School Board Code of Ethics. I will uphold and enforce all federal, state, and local laws and all rules, policies, and regulations of the Prince William County Public Schools and the Virginia Board of Education. I think this one speaks for itself. Number 9, I acknowledge that individual board members will have no authority to direct division staff. I will give staff the respect and consideration due skilled professional employees and will support and protect school personnel in proper performance of their duties. It goes on to say, I will follow the chain of command and refer problems or complaints to the division superintendent for referral to the proper administrative office. The role of chairman does not give you authority or right to order or direct staff to do anything without a vote and direction from the school board, as stated in Virginia Code and also in our Prince William County School Board policy. You do not have the right to intimidate or in any way bully or threaten any Prince William County School staff members. And this school board member also won't put up threats of anonymously posted on blogs threatening a recall, and I know that was posted by you. Chapter 37, the Virginia Freedom of Information Act. 2.2-3707, meetings to be public, notice of meetings, recordings, and minutes. Section D says, notice reasonable under the circumstance of special or emergency meetings shall be given contemporaneously with the notice provided members of the public body conducting the meeting. And it also says, at least one copy of all agenda packets, and unless exempt, all materials furnished to members of a public body for a meeting shall be made available for public inspection at the time such documents are furnished to members of the public body. That would be the minutes that were published, the agenda that was published. It also states in Section I, minutes shall be recorded at all open meetings. So under FOIA, when the special meeting was called, notice has to be given, this is state law, notice has to be given to the public at the same time that board members are contacted. And I don't know if the public has noticed, but there was an agenda item at the bottom of our agenda for the special meeting. Now, that was not part of our regular meeting, that was for the special meeting. But it was posted because the public was saying, where's the call? Why isn't it posted? It was posted. The chairman asked for that to be removed. The chairman, again, was not acting under his authority, under the authority that he's given as a school board member. He was acting on his own authority. He did not have permission from the school board to do that for this legally called meeting. I want to also say from that section, minutes including draft minutes and all other records of open meetings, including audio or audiovisual records, shall be deemed public records and subject to the provisions of this chapter. When we sent the call, Mr. Brand and I also asked that the special meeting be televised. This is easy to do since it follows this regularly scheduled board meeting, which many of you are watching live from home right now or by computer. By Virginia code, as I just noted, it's required by law that minutes be taken. The chairman does not have the authority to prevent minutes being taken. If the meeting is not televised, it is because the chairman and no one else has directed it. So if you are not able to see the special meeting, it is because the chairman has directed it. Note that under Virginia code and our own policies, as stated earlier, he does not have this authority. I want to know why the chairman feels so threatened by BOCS Resolution 16-860 that he has not allowed it to come before the school board as requested for 2 separate meetings. So what I've just talked about are Prince William County Schools policy, the School Board Code of Ethics, and the Code of Virginia. These are not things I've made up. They are fact. And they are things that the chairman has not taken very seriously. Why would the chairman go to such lengths to fight against a motion that offers $21.3 million in construction funding that will directly benefit our students? This resolution completely fits with the school board efforts and commitment to reducing class size and reducing overcrowding, as has been talked about tonight with boundary changes. To fight against this just doesn't make sense. What board in their right mind, what school board in their right mind would turn down $21.3 million that's outside of the regular budget? That does not meet the common sense test. What message does it send to our parents and our students if we as a board were to say no to this offer or not even entertain the motion? It's our job to provide for our students. To do otherwise is reckless and a violation of the job we were elected to do. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Ms. Satterwhite. And Mr. Deutsch. Mr. Deutsch, it is your turn. Again, Mr. Deutsch, it is your turn.